The first time I met Walter was in 1995 when I came in to interview for the job in the office as an estimator. He actually made me feel really comfortable in that interview. I was, just 20 years old, so it was one of my first interviews. I was a little worried. At the end of the interview, he offered me a position in the office, so I wound up taking that.
Well, the first time I met him, I probably didn't know for sure who he was. I was actually meeting with his father, and he was in the next room. I said hi to him, but that was 36 years ago, and I was real young.
Well, my first meeting was with Walter Sr., and then he brought me in, and I met with Walter Jr. I was 15 years old, and I started cutting grass.
I came in as an apprentice, and one of the first jobs I worked on was his. So I think that's where I met him.
Well, it was in the office when I was getting hired back in 2003. He was very candid about the job and what was to be expected.
My first memory of Walter is probably about 15 years ago when Walter and Tim Weiss, Ed Smith, and myself spent a day with a speech coach out of Washington, D.C. I was by far the young man in the room, and he was nothing but accepting and encouraging and welcomed me into the room with 3 very established and very successful painting contractors.
I'm going to say the first time I met Walter was at least 30 years ago, maybe 35. Knew him through the industry and got to know him better as the years went on.
It was at an ASA meeting. We were talking about payment or lack of payment on a project. And this guy was talking with his suit and tie on. He seemed pretty confident. And I thought, well, that must be an attorney. I didn't realize it was a painter. And that was 35 years ago, and probably for the last 25 years, he's been one of my best friends.
I do remember that day. I was with some girlfriends. We had gone to El Torito's. And anyway, he came in then, he was already there with a bunch of guys. And yes, so that was the first time we met. My first impression, just another guy. I hate to say it, but yeah.
When Bazan got started, it was in '77. My dad always said, why would I want to do it for them when I could do it for myself? Walter worked nights and every day after school, after college. He put in hours at Bazan and, worked through his apprenticeship, I think through Bazan in the evenings and days whenever he could, and basically learned the business from the ground up.
He is definitely the hardest worker that I've ever worked with. Always the first one to get there. He's not your typical owner. He's definitely hands-on and gets down there with you and everything.
What time does Walter show up in the morning at the office usually?
I have no idea.
First of all, after we got married, I didn't really believe him that he got up at 4 a.m. And that's a true story. He really does, and he's gone.
I like to get in there early, but I seldom am in there before him unless he has something that he's starting. He's in there at 5:30 and he doesn't leave until 5 or 5:30 every evening.
Rolls out of the house. Probably 4:45. Gone. Showered. Gone.
We start pretty early now still, and a lot of us in the office, get in even before we need to. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things you learn is just really put in the work, and success will follow.
I was still in college. I was trying to finish college night school. I took the job because, at the time it was a job, it paid the bills. I wouldn't still be here if it wasn't, for Walter.
I was very fortunate. I've never worked for anybody else, from the field apprenticeship all the way through where I'm at now.
I started at very entry level, but I was provided many opportunities to advance, and this will be my last job.
I mean, there's a lot of employees there that have got 20 to 30 years, 35 years. That's pretty hard to find.
I can't say that I envisioned that I would be at Bazan this long, but I'm glad that I still am.
Well, I saw that how hardworking he was, always on the go and on the move, and saw that he was an honest and fair businessman also.
He doesn't really micromanage you. He just lets you go, which really makes a nice environment around the office.
Walter has always pretty well let me do my own thing, or, you know, my quote unquote niche. I've never had a problem with that, and I've taken it and pretty well ran with it.
They taught me to respect other people and how to treat people, especially customers, how to treat customers.
Customer's king. Whenever the customer says, I need you to be there, one way or another, we're there. He makes it happen, no matter what.
Building relationships and being as honest as possible with customers, not over-promising and under-delivering, but being able to do what we say we're gonna do.
He's incredibly smart. You know, there's three things that you gotta have. You gotta be, you know, hungry, you gotta be smart, and you have to have the willingness to learn. And I think Walter embodies all of those.
He loves what he does. He loves Bazan Painting Company. He likes to just get out there and meet people and see new things, see new jobs.
He's been everywhere. He's done everything. He took very small and struggling ASA chapter here in St. Louis and turned it into a dynamic professional association.
Walter was always extremely involved in our industry. Sat on a couple negotiating teams with Walter, probably more than either of us really wanted to be on, and always had a good time with Walter.
Painters are always thought of as being, you know, the bottom of the trades. They're the ones that have to come in and make it look pretty when it's all said and done. And my father said, no, I want to put off the image that I'm straight, clean cut, let's represent who we are. That's the story behind it. He always wore a tie, he always wore a suit or a sport coat, or, you know, he always wanted to look his best.
When I hired on, you know, we kind of agreed to, you know, the dollar figure or whatever as far as coming on. And now, do we have to wear a tie every day? He goes, if you want to work here. So, but there is the Friday off. Friday is more casual.
Oh, I gotta put one on? Oh my gosh, you kidding me? Boy, I can't remember. Hold on.
And you try to sneak in here and not wear a tie today. What would Walter think about that, Kevin?
Well, two things. First of all, it's Friday. But the other thing is, I know he's out of town.
Friday, Walter was out. It's party time, man, at Bazan on Friday.
In the middle of winter, it's fine, but when you're walking a compressor room in the middle of summer, it's rough.
Maybe on some of those hot 100-degree days in the summer, I think about it more, but otherwise it's kind of just natural routine now.
You wear a tie, and people know when Bazan shows up for a job walk.
I mean, everybody, when they see somebody with a tie, they'll look at you out there and go, oh, you work for Bazan. So I guess it's a trademark.
Yeah, it's kind of like our calling card, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, when we walk on a construction site, it seemed like the owner and architect or Bazan was the people that had on the ties. So we still wear them, and I don't think the owners or the architects are wearing them anymore either.
It is Walter Bazan. There is no doubt. The tie is Walter Bazan.
When I hired on, you know, you always try to get more, and it was about vacation. You know, I was trying to get 2 weeks, and he kind of looked at me funny, and he goes, 2 weeks? He goes, you've already been off work. You know, I'll give you one to start, but if you want the other week, you might as well just sit and wait before you're hired. You know, it was like, oh, okay.
First 4 or 5 things that come to mind I can't say. Walter brought vodka to a afternoon volunteer association meeting. And so while some of us were drinking water, a few of us were actually drinking vodka. And one of our friends reached over to get a drink of our water. Obviously, she got some vodka. There were a little bit of a tension, but Walter quickly explained that we were volunteers and it was 3:30 in the afternoon, and you know, that's what good volunteers do sometimes.
Business friends, we've met many. It's amazing how many people he knows and know him, and like, who, you know.
He cares, especially with like the legislative stuff, right to work, things like that. He was I think, very concerned, and not just about his own business, but about all of the businesses that would be affected by that.
Servitude, I think, is the word that, Walter's willing, and my father was always willing to give whatever they could to do what's right for whether it's the industry or for the family. He sits on the board at Rankin Jordan, and he, in fact, got me involved at Rankin Jordan.
He's, members of various organizations, serves on boards. He is just so involved in so many things and creates so many opportunities for us all to flourish from.
He's involved in a lot of stuff, and that's important, and he's kind of conveyed that to us and encouraged us to be involved as much as we can also.
It's amazing that he has that much time. He always needs to be doing something. He always wants to be in the know, and that's one way to do it. Be out meeting people, get involved, give back. He's always been passionate about the construction industry and making it better for everybody in St. Louis, especially the finishing contractors.
I can't think of a day when if he's not doing something, then he's thinking of something to do for others.
Walter is superhuman. Walter has energy that comes from the desire to always be better and to make the world better. Just trying to keep up makes you a much better person.
Walter brings so much
joy to our family, our friends, anybody who he would encounter.
Favorite thing about Walter is just how approachable he is. Like I've never felt uncomfortable or reluctant to come to him with anything.
His compassion. He's a great guy, He's kicked me in the butt when I need to get kicked in the butt. He's there to put his arm around me when I need help. He's an incredible individual.
Because he's always there for me when I need him the most. I would do anything for him, and I know he'd do the same for me.
Compassion for people, compassion for his own employees.
That's just the way Walter is. Family is a lot to him, and I kind of feel like I'm part of his family, so.
Perseverance. I think just hard work and keeping at it, always meeting people and, putting yourself out there. I think that's probably the most important thing I learned from him.
He's an amazing person. It's more like a family member than a boss. He's never made me feel like his employee.
When I have questions or need advice, he is on my top list of people to call. He's always been there for me, and I love the relationship that I've developed with him over time.
I think Walter does enjoy himself, but he also runs a solid ship and has been extremely involved and extremely intense and an extremely good businessman.
His motto many years ago was work hard, play hard. And it is a way to go through life where you put everything you have into what you do, which then takes care of the people that you're responsible for. But you also enjoy doing it, and you enjoy when you're away from work, and you enjoy when you're with your family. I don't know if there's anything more important you can learn from somebody.
Walter, I can't imagine a person who deserves this more. You have worked harder than anyone I know, and I want to thank you for everything you've done for me and for so many others.
Walter, congratulations on this very great award that you're getting tonight, and very well deserved.
Walter, what I really want to say is thank you for everything. You've given me opportunities that a lot of people, I'm sure, would have loved to have gotten the chance to get. So I would just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and my family.
Walter, you definitely deserve this award. It's very fitting for what you've done for the whole industry. I appreciate how you've treated me in particular, but everybody in the office over the years.
Congratulations, Walter. Just amazing to me how much time that you spent on volunteering and working in the industry to make it better.
Walter, I wanted to say congratulations and thanks for all the opportunities and your patience and understanding. I really appreciated working for you, and I really appreciate working for Bazan Painting.
Walter, congratulations on getting this reward tonight. It's very well deserved. Considered you a boss, a leader, a mentor, and more recently, a friend.
Walter, congratulations on winning the Bill Smith Distinguished Service Award. It's an honor that you've truly earned throughout your entire career. You've always been there for the industry as a whole. You've been there for your company. You've done a great job. I am extremely proud of you, and I'm extremely proud to call you my friend.
Well, Walt, congratulations. I can only imagine the celebration you're going to have this evening. On behalf of myself, your peer group, and all your friends at ASA, we wish we could be there with you to celebrate. Congratulations. Enjoy the evening. Don't enjoy it too much because I know you have to get on a plane tomorrow, and we'll see you soon.
First of all, dude, congratulations. You earned it. You deserve it. So happy for you on this and all your other successes. Love you like a brother. Been there for me. Thank you.
Walter, congratulations, brother, on winning the Bill Smith Distinguished Service Award. Appreciate everything that you've done for me and for your family, and all in all, great job. I'm proud of you.
Walter, you're just an amazing person. I wish I could come up with better words, but I love you and I'm proud of you. You work so hard every day of your life and you deserve this award. And congratulations. Love you.
Walter, I would like to congratulate you on behalf of the Painting and Decorating Foundation for achieving the William Smith Distinguished Service Award. Over the course of your long career in the painting industry, you have fully embodied everything that this award stands for. Walter, thanks from the bottom of my heart. Thanks from the Painting and Decorating Foundation and all of the current contractors, current members, and the future of our industry. You've done nothing but wonderful things for us.
The recipient this year is being a pain in the ass. He's screwing with me. He's got problems going on. I'm not going to name his name or anything like that, but he's getting the award this year, the Bill Smith Distinguished Service Award, but he's out of town, he says.
You're not talking about Walter, are you?
That's who I'm talking about.